Hey friends, this is Miss Charlotte. I'm excited to read to you today. And again, I'm going to be reading from my favorite book, the Jesus Storybook Bible. If you have a copy of your own, pause the video now and go grab your copy. Today we're going to be reading The Singer, and it's found on page 228. So if you want to go ahead and find yours, you can follow along with me. If you don't have a copy of your own, that's totally cool. I would love for you to listen to me read. When we think about Easter and as we get close to celebrating and remembering all that Jesus has done for us on the cross, it's really important to think about what Jesus did and what he said. The things that people say are important. Maybe someone has said something very special to you that you remember again and again. Well, Jesus was in this story, Jesus was speaking to a group of people, and the things that he said to them really changed their hearts. The things that Jesus said were really important, and they were powerful, and they changed people's lives. So today, I want to share with you, and as I read, I want you to listen for the good news. The Singer. Wherever Jesus went, lots of people went too. They loved being near him. Old people, young people, all kinds of people came to see Jesus. Sick people, well people, happy people, sad people, and worried people. Lots of them worrying about lots of different things. What if we don't have enough food or clothes, or suppose we run out of money? What if there isn't enough and everything goes wrong and we won't be all right? What then? When Jesus saw all the people, his heart was filled with love for them. They were like a little flock of sheep that didn't have a shepherd to take care of them. So Jesus sat them all down and he talked to them. The people sat quietly on the grassy mountainside and listened that day. From where they sat, they could see the blue lake glittering below them and little fishing boats coming in from a night's catch. The spring air was fresh and clear. See those birds over there, Jesus said? And everyone looked. Little sparrows were pecking at seeds along the stony path. Where do they get their food? Perhaps they have pantries all stocked up? Cabinets full of food? Everyone laughed. Who's seen a bird with a bag of groceries? No, Jesus said. They don't need to worry about that because God knows what they need and he feeds them. And what about the wildflowers? And everyone looked, and all around them were flowers growing, anemones, daisies, pure white lilies. Where do they get their lovely clothes? Do they make them? Or do they go to work every day so they can buy them? Do they have closets full of clothes? Everyone laughed again. Who's ever seen a flower putting on a dress? No, Jesus said. They don't need to worry about that because God clothes them in royal robes of splendor. Not even a king is that well dressed. Well, they had never met a king, but as they gazed out over the lake, glittering and sparkling below them, the hillsides dressed in reds and purples and golds, they felt a great burden lift from their hearts. They could not imagine anything more beautiful. Little flock, Jesus said, you are more important than birds, more important than flowers. The birds and the flowers don't sit and worry about things, and God doesn't want his children to worry either. God loves to look after the birds and the flowers, and he loves to look after you too. Jesus knew that God would always love and watch over the world that he had made, everything in it. Birds, flowers, trees, animals, everything. And most of all, his children. Even though people had forgotten, the birds and the flowers hadn't forgotten. They still knew their song. It was the song all of God's creation had sung to him from the very beginning. It was the song people's hearts were made to sing. God made us. He loves us. He is very pleased with us. It was why Jesus had come into the world, to sing to them that wonderful song, to sing it not only with his voice, but with his whole life, so that God's children could remember it and join in it and sing it too. Friends, it is good news to know that Jesus wanted us to know this great news about God's love for us, and that it is never ending, and it's never stopping, and it's always and forever. And so as we ready our hearts to remember Jesus' sacrifice on the cross, may we put aside any worry and rest in him and the peace that he gives us. Thank you, friends, for listening today. I look forward to reading to you again soon.